Hey guys, welcome to another episode of LJ's Garage. I am sitting in a 2024 BMW X5 Xdrive40i. And let me just say this, the X5 is hands down my favorite SUV. If you guys have been watching for a while, you know that one of the cars that keeps the Grand Cherokee on the chopping block is the X550i. And if I had the funds, it would probably be an X5M realistically. 600 something horsepower of twin turbo V8 goodness, which you can get a 50i with that engine if you so choose. But today we're going to talk about the Xdrive40i. I'm going to do a separate video talking about the different trims of the X5 or the different engine options because there are a lot. Xdrive40i, 40e, 35e, 35i. I'm just making up stuff at this point. You can spec your X5 from 67,000 all the way to 140, 150,000, whatever your heart desires. BMW has this built and equipped and set up in ways that I'm going to try to cover, but there is so much. So today we're just going to talk about the 50i. But anyways, we're just going to talk about the 40i today. Before I go any further, I know a lot of you are wondering, LJ, what makes the X5 so fantastic? Why is it your favorite SUV after all of the things you've driven? And the simple answer is just this: sporty, luxury, mix, combined, magic, right? BMW does this whole ultimate driving machine, and the X5 for an SUV is one of the most athletic SUVs. So under the hood is a 3-liter inline-6. It is turbocharged. It makes 375 horsepower and 398 foot-pounds of torque. It'll do 0 to 60 in about 5.3 seconds. Gas mileage, 23 city, 27 highway. Great numbers for that kind of performance. And if you do actually equip this with a towing package, and in certain trims, you can tow upwards of 7,200 pounds, which is amazing. A couple jet skis right there.
Automatically pop out.
There's only one transmission, and it's an 8-speed automatic transmission. You do get paddle shifters, which are nice. As I said earlier, there's a ton of different ways that you can customize and build your X5. Other than this color, I'm not a huge fan of this color, but this is spec'd in a way that I assume most buyers will actually want their X5. Correct me if I'm wrong as you review this, but let me know what it's missing. Let me know what you would add. But right around that $70,000 to $75,000 price point, I think BMW steals the deal and they win against everything in this market. With all the specs out of the way, I'm gonna hop outside. We'll talk about the outside just a little bit, show you guys some features out there, hop on the inside, and then tell you what it's like to drive the X5. This one won't be a driving video. I've driven the X5 so many times, and every time I fall more and more in love with this thing. You are getting so much SUV when it comes to the athleticism. So let's hop outside. You're gonna have BMW's new redesigned headlights. So instead of the angel eye halos that they used to do, you're going to have these little boomerang style headlights. You do get a nice grille up front, which is chrome, and it's a nice kind of brushed like matte chrome. It's not a shiny chrome, so it's more of a silver, I guess, is the better color. Otherwise, the rest speaks for itself. Love it or hate it, I am a big fan of the whole X5 as a whole. And I mean, you're going to have these nice wheels, again, simple, to the point, and you can option these up to like 21s, 22s, I believe, but this has the 20s. And even though this color is not my favorite, I think most people will actually, not mind this color too much. So like I said, I showed you guys some other colors of the X5. On the back end, you're going to notice you have dual exhaust tips. I'm going to zoom in, show you guys these taillights really quick, and then while we're here, let me go ahead and pop the trunk. One of the key features of the X5 is that it has the split tailgate. And before I show you guys that, let me go ahead and show you how much cargo space you actually do really get in this. This is about the same size as a Jeep Grand Cherokee. And then I love that they made this power now. So you push that button, and now you've got all this space. If you're wondering if you can sit on this tailgate, you can. It is designed for people sitting. And it's a very nice bench, I'll say that much. Something else that I want to point out back here is this is hydraulic. So as you can see, it's got that nice little arm right there that lifts this up, and you're able to just kind of hold that right in place for you. A little bit of extra storage and all the essentials when it comes to safety down there. Close this up. Listen to that click. That's just great. And of course, you can get a little privacy cover on these. And otherwise, there's not much to talk about. You got a little 12-volt outlet right here. And let's go ahead and close this up. Push of a button again. There you have it. Right up here as well. there you have it. So yeah, and this does have the easy access and everything like that. So you just give it a little kick underneath, swipe your foot under there, and it opens right up for you. So BMW does offer that with these. And that is a nice feature for some parents, I would imagine, when your hands are full and you just got to throw things in there. Let's talk about the second row now. So we're in the second row. This is fantastic. Here's a little sneak peek of up front. With this interior. Behind the seats, you're going to notice that you have a little access door right here, charge port, and then it's got BMW's little comfort travel package. And what this allows you to do is you could put like a little holder right here for an iPad or a cell phone. Very nice, convenient. Down here, you have a little storage for maps. So right now, the seat is set for me. Stop tracking my face. So right now, and this is in the easy entrance exit configuration right now. So the seat slid forward a little bit more. And as you can see, comfortably sitting back here, plenty of headroom. I mean, there's no complaints. Average sized person, so I mean, no issues. I think a taller person could sit back here, and sorry about the sweat. I was watching Cops. And even though it's not a 4-zone climate control setup back here, BMW allows you to kind of fine tune the temperature of the air a little bit with what you want coming out of the vents. So if you look closely, you'll see that you can tweak it. So if you want to keep, let's say you set it for 70, but you want warmer air or cooler air blowing on you, you can do that. A couple little storage spots there, USB ports down there, and then another little cigarette lighter thing going on down there. You got these rubberized floor mats, which these are nice, pretty heavy duty. Overall, great quality interior. Yeah, no issues, no complaints. Some of you guys like to see this little cup holder setup BMW does. And then if you haven't seen the new way they do these cup holders, just squeeze, pop, boom, boom. Very nice little cup holder area right there. Let's close that up. And you can fold this down even further. Ow! Oh gosh, it's got my arm. This is it, guys. No more LJ's garage. Yeah, little pass through for skis and lumber and stuff like that. Easy access to the trunk. As I'm hopping out, I just want to give you guys one more shot of these back seats. If I was going to be chauffeured around, I would want it to be in an X5, an X7. I'm a big BMW fan. I'm sorry. Before I hop in, take a look at your key. So you've got your trunk release right there, your unlock, and then your lock is right there. But pretty simple key, nothing fancy to it. You know, the new BMW keys, if you haven't seen it, now you have. This does have passive entry. So as I walk up to the door, the car will unlock itself. And let's say I back all the way away from this car and get further and further and further and further and further away. You see that it locks. Mirrors fold in, and just like that, she's locked up. This is a good chance to talk about these LED headlights. You got your radar cruise control right up the front, but all sorts of cameras, sensors everywhere for this beautiful camera system that this has. But as I walk up, you heard the beeps, it unlocks. Time to let me in. And here we go into the front row. Just take a look at this. Like I said, interesting spec for me personally, but it's not bad. We're gonna go ahead and start it up. Push start right there. And because it has this easy entry, the seats will full slide forward. Steering wheel gets back into position. And then it is power steering wheel back here. So I'm gonna go ahead and adjust this so you guys can see all this glory. The biggest thing you're gonna notice is this curved display all the way around. Very great, very nice. Over on this side, not much to dive into, but you do have your lighting controls, which are located right there. You're going to have your mirror controls, your door locks, all that stuff right here, as well as your memory seats, his and hers, or hers and hers, however you may be. Power folding mirrors right there. Just push that button, and that will push the mirrors right in. You'll notice on your mirrors, you got a little blind spot monitor right there. You see that little triangle? So that's your blind spot monitoring system. Over here, you got your Harman Kardon sound, which is like a 10-speaker system. I think it's really nice. One of my favorite systems, and I wouldn't have a car with less than a Harman Kardon sound system. Just me personally. Some details to point out on the dash. It's got a very unique design. I don't know what that is, but it's really cool, and I like the look of it. And then if you come over to the right-hand side, it's got this transition into the X5 right there. But I just love all this. They've gone with a very minimalist approach with the vents. And then over here, you got a normal vent, but then this is also like a defroster that sends air that way. Up here, you're gonna see that you do have a head-up display, which is somewhere in that ballpark. You guys probably can't see it perfectly. Let me see if I can get you an angle. So that's right there. This one has a little bit more to talk about as in here. So on this, you'll notice that there's this menu button right here. You guys have seen that on phones. It's kind of a universal thing for menu. So when I hit that, this opens up that little screen down at the bottom. So now, press that again, and I can scroll through, and it gives you the option to basically configure the layout for however you like this screen to be. So this one right now is augmented view. So if I click that, you get this very nice augmented view. And when you're driving around, you'll see your maps pop up, which is a sweet feature. I love that a lot. Let's scroll up a little bit more and I'll show you guys the next one. So you got assisted view, see some of your safety features, things like that, your trip data, and then just a simple screen if you want it to be very simple. The customization is not endless, but it is up to you how you want the information presented. You even got your little G-force gauge or your G meter. I didn't know that's called that. So your menu button, if you give that a tap, it'll rotate over to the next screen options, and you'll see it's highlighting the right and left screen. So let me back out a little bit, and if I press this, you can customize the corner screen. So there's only a couple things you can do with that, but you can make it only on one side, very minimalist. So let's go over to this screen right here, and this screen, fast, responsive, I would say. If this is a new screen to you, you'll probably say, where on earth, LJ, are the climate vents, the climate controls, all that stuff? Well, if you go up here and you hit the climate menu, it'll bring up all of the usual suspects when it comes to configuring your climate. But if you didn't want to do that, you can just press this and it'll bring up that shortcut as well. So it's kind of redundant, but it's got an extra step so you can choose however you like. And all these stay on the screen, so you'll always have access to immediate climate settings as needed. Most people just keep their fan in auto. They really don't mess with these things too often. And of course, BMW brought back the sync, which is nice, so you can just keep everything the same. I love dual climate control. It's the best thing ever, but at the same time, most people just hit auto and leave it as that, leave it in sync, and they never worry about it. Right. I mean, that's usually what most people do, I assume. Let's go back to the home screen, which you can just exit out of that menu the way I just did there, or you can press home right up here. And once you press this, you can have all these shortcuts at your disposal. You can long hold on it, move it around to wherever you like. Let's go to telephone. That's where you'd have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. You do have the BMW personal assistant as well. Look at the weather. Sunny 74 degrees in the middle of March. Very weird, but I'm not complaining. Traffic conditions. Let's go into My BMW. This is where you can see all the maintenance, see the service, see exactly what is happening with your BMW. And let's go into content. And you've got this what's called X view. So if you do take your X5 off-road, you can, see all the off-road goodies and stuff like that. Your inclines, your departure angles, all that stuff that you off-roady types like. But this is not the vehicle that I would personally choose to do it with. But I've seen some X5s done that way. So Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, as I said earlier, BMW ID, you can set different profiles. The only thing else in here I'll talk about, interior lighting. So you do have ambient lighting. Then you got your digital key. You even have games that you can play on here. You've got YouTube. So if you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. Climate control right there, driving apps, door, windows, displays. Hit that. Head-up display, instrument cluster. You can really configure this as much as you like. Let's go into the parking menu now. So as you can see, there's so many different views when driving this. You even have a parking assistant, which is part of the BMW Driving Plus package, all those good things. Let's go to parking view, all of that. Panorama view for the back. Hit more. You got the three-dimensional view. And let's see if I can get this gestures right. I can never get the gestures down. I think I'm doing it like too high. Let me see. Come on. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. All right. I'm not going to get it. But look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I talk about the cameras way more than I need to. Car wash, top down. Fancy, right? And one of my favorite things is, let's say I go back to 3D. And if I open my car door, you guys saw that? Look at that. Oh, man. That's nice. Fancy stuff. I'm easily impressed. But yeah, you can add more widgets. there's not a whole ton left to talk about. Quick shortcuts on the right-hand side. Wow. Quick shorthands on the left-hand side, like your maps right here. So special thanks to Evans BMW over here in Dayton, Ohio. If you are in the area, be sure to stop in and ask for James, Jared, and ask for Nick as your BMW specialist. I wouldn't be able to have access to these cars without these guys, so special thanks. The only thing else that I want to talk about in this main screen is Drive Recorder. If you click this, all right, confirm, confirm. I accepted these settings for the previous owner. I don't feel bad at all. But in this, you basically have a Sentry mode similar to what Teslas have, so you can set it to record, and it's a built-in dash cam using all the cameras. So let's say I hit start recording, hit start, hit stop, show recordings. I can go to this view, and of course there's nothing, and you can go to rotate, right, rear, left, and it's very nice. But there's a lot of different settings that you can do with the Drive Recorder. Very nice though. Most people are going to love having that option on their X5. I personally think this has enough tech to keep me entertained for probably the next 5 years, but everyone's a little different, so I know that I can't speak for everyone, but not bad at all. Then down here, like I said, no climate vents, but you do have your easy access to your volume, which you can use the gestures. Let me see if I can get this right. Let's see if I can. Nope. But then you do have the ability to skip songs just old school way with these, but you can do like this little flicking motion to to activate gestures. Then down here you do have cup holders, wireless charging pad. Then down here, this is pretty familiar. Normal iDrive setup, keep your hand right here. You can navigate through that screen using just this. And then over here is your shifter. It looks a little funky, but it's really easy just to flick down, park right here. Nothing wild. Parking sensors right here. You can activate all your parking cameras and everything from the push of a button. So give that a push, and if you look up, it would be your parking buttons. Let's turn that off. Traction control right there, your stop start button. Drive modes, so let's hit sport. Got a couple different modes. So here's sport. You do have comfort, eco pro, and each one of these does change your gauges, your dials, and all of those good things. You can even set it to configure individual, where you can set it to, let's say you like your steering in sport and you like your drivetrain in sport and comfort. You can mix and match to whatever customizing you like. So if you don't want all or nothing drive mode, you can just tweak it the way that you like. Then you do have your electronic parking brake right there and your automatic brake hold. Other than that, straightforward. In here, push that button. You do have a split center console. And then in here, there is a little USB-C. And other than that, there's it. Let's go over to this right-hand side. Got your glove box right there. And if you guys notice, when I put this in sport mode, this changed red. So I'm going to put this back in comfort. And it's gone to whatever color that is. Blue. And then eco is blue. So maybe that was white. Comfort is, look up, also blue. I don't know. I'm terrible with colors. But your ambient light can be seen all around. It's just very nicely done. Then up here, you're going to have your rear view mirror. Over here, visor. What's up, what's up? And then hit this little shade. Uh-oh. Full panoramic moonroof, sunroof combo going on right there. And look at that. Look at that. This is luxury. Very nice. So yeah, just like that, you guys have walked through the X5. So this one has the premium package. So that's going to give you the heads-up display, the Harman Kardon sound system, the gesture controls. I don't know why I couldn't talk like that and speak, but you guys get what I'm trying to say. You also get those LED headlights with the cornering lamps. And I believe this one has the driving assistance package, which is another $2,300 option, but that gives you all those safety features, which let me go ahead and show you guys what safety features this has. Driver assistance, and you'll see that this has a few things. So if you look over here, you got forward collision mitigation, so forward collision avoidance. You got lane departure warning. You got blind spot monitoring, side collision warning, exit warnings, fatigue alerts, emergency stops, all these things right there, speed limit alerts. And let's go to driving itself. You got distance control, so you can set the distance between cars. You do have some sort of assisted driving, so you've got assisted driving plus, you can check that. And it says it enables you to take your hands off the steering wheel in suitable driving conditions. So that is a very nice feature to have. You even can enable automatic lane change, so lane change is supported when assisted driving is active. So for about $2,300, that is a package that I 1000% would recommend, as well as the premium package. I kind of ruined this in the beginning, but driving experience of the X5, fantastic. It rides very well, it's super sporty, and this inline six, the 8-speed transmission, that's all I gotta say. Very amazing SUV, very well equipped, and for $72,000, $75,000 that you can find these, this is the best way to equip an X5. Not everyone needs 500, 600 horsepower with the 50i like I do, and not everyone wants the fuel efficiency of the 40e. So it all just depends what you're looking for. So there's all different trims and flavors. Stay tuned, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll post another video talking about all the different X5 engines and trims, and packages. So we'll do that in an upcoming video. But otherwise, that's all I have for you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, those good things. And I will see you guys on the next episode. Peace.